Good afternoon, everyone. Joe Mania here, live and in color. How you doing today, everyone? Yankees just a couple hours away. Looking forward to a great series. Hopefully, now that we don't have to be in the Trop, it'll be a lot better. We'll be in surroundings that we do like and do understand. Well, promises said and promises kept, everyone. Tonight, here on the pregame show, I'm going to have you, the fans, on. And the first one I'm clicking on, and I think he's ready, is Jonathan. Jonathan has been here for a while and a lot of different podcasts, and we really enjoy his comments. And let me bring him in. Hey,
Um,
Jonathan, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to New York Yankee Mania, baby.
Thank
What's
you.
going on?
Not too much, just dealing with a few things today, and it's got all everything got all taken care of, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, okay, great. Well, first of all, Jonathan, I want to welcome you to the show. Thank you so much for subscribing and being here. I know you've been on the other telecast of course, NFE and Jason
Mhm.
and all the great
Yeah.
podcasters.
I
I'm
think
new I am new to the community,
as
so
far
bear
as,
with
as
me a
far as
little.
Yankee podcast, I think Jason is probably the OG.
Is what?
He's the OG original.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who first. He's the one who
Because
first.
well, he's the best. And nobody. No, I'm just kidding. No, no, you have the right because he has been on for a long time. They're really good contributors of the show, and I'm very excited. By the way, there is one game going on right now. I believe the Phillies are up 5-1 in the bottom of the fifth against the Giants. That's a good series,
And
no
Joe,
question.
there's also a breaking news.
What do we got?
Here it says, reported 22 minutes ago, Aaron Boone said DJ LeMahieu could start a rehab assignment Tuesday. Giancarlo Stanton is with the Yankees in Tampa.
Wow. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. See, you're here not even 2 minutes and you're breaking news. Hey guys, can I ask for better than this? This is a community that's incredible. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Although I'll be honest with you, maybe I think I mentioned on Ken's show this morning. How about we do a GoFundMe and we'll send Mr. Steinbrenner $15 million and tell DJ go relax for a while. He really doesn't have to play if he doesn't want to. Now
Well,
I'm just
the Tampa Rays already are doing that. They're paying him the 15 million to use the stadium.
I know that. Yeah. That's exactly what I said before. But no, you're right. It's going to be a shout out to you, a shout out to me, and to Ken. So, by the way, I did invite Ken to come on. Everyone, he had some family obligations, but he will hopefully be on doing a post game show later on. Jonathan, you are welcome to come on if you'd like later on. You're more than
Yeah,
welcome.
just send me a link to join, and perhaps I'll join
Okay.
today.
We,
Because of the holiday, I have much more free time.
yes. No, I understand. Ken, just put him up. Hey, Jonathan and Joe, how you doing, Ken? I hope you have a great time with the family. Prayers and everything for everyone, and then those beautiful grandkids of yours. Listen as much as you can. I really appreciate it. Jonathan here he was on for 2 minutes, and he broke a breaking story about DJ LeMayo. Jonathan, you want to say it again for anybody that's just joining?
Aaron Boone said DJ LeMahieu could start a rehab assignment Tuesday. Giancarlo Stanton is with the Yankees in Tampa.
Wow, that's definitely breaking news, no question about it. What do you feel about that? We're also trying to get Sean Browning, another contributor here to New York Yankee Mania on. It looks like either on, I think on his end, nothing's coming up. So until I see that nice looking fellow, we're gonna wait until he comes on. So,
As
but
far
anyway,
as far as LeMahieu, if LeMahieu can prove to to remember how to hit and field, he can be a valuable defensive option in games and maybe a pinch hitter when needed, or maybe give one of the infielders a rest today if they're playing 3 or 4 or a week in a row. He can be a valuable bench piece.
yeah. We we have a comment from Ken. Hey Joe, didn't I talk DJ return this morning? All right, I'm gonna give you the kudos, but I gotta give it to Jonathan because he's on with me, my friend. You're not on with me, and you're just writing it out, but it's okay. We still love you, Ken. Don't worry about that. But Jonathan is on. That's all that matters. You're on live. It's like, what do you do? What can you do for me now? But I'm not like that, guys. I really am not. I'm just playing around a little bit. I want it to be a little exciting. I get excited. I guess everybody knows, the fans know that. Listen, when the Yankees are playing well, I go nuts. When they're not playing well, I sound like Chris Russo. Kudos to Chris Russo.
Yeah.
But the only difference is I love the Yankees. He doesn't. So I don't pay attention to him.
Well,
But
Chris Russo is someone who made his name by yelling a lot.
right.
Just yelling. That's why they call him the Mad Dog. I mean,
Yes.
I'm surprised at this point they don't have they don't put him on a leash.
Hey, Jonathan, I have I have a trivia question for everybody. Who are the only two people right now that never played baseball, really never played baseball? Now, I'm not talking announcers that are in the Hall of Fame.
Is Bob Shepard?
Nope, never played baseball, not announced. Just had really nothing to do with baseball. They're in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who is it?
Is it nothing to do with baseball or never played?
Well, they never played, but that's all the hint you're going to get because if I say anything else, I think you'll get it. I think you've seen them. It's a landmark, and for anybody that when I do give the answer, please go on YouTube and watch it. It's incredibly funny. As a matter of fact, I won an award in high school for actually doing it. So that's all I'm going to say about it.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe it was an owner, but
well, okay. Well, you know what? We'll give Sean a chance. I'm going to bring in Sean. There he is. Oh, he's got the Yankees shirt on. He's got me beat. Look at this. How you doing, Sean? Welcome to New York Yankee Mania.
I'm doing all right. And thank you for having me on and inviting me. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm a bit of a caveman with technology.
That's okay. I'm not far behind. So I had a lot of help. I had what do you call NFE and Jason. They all helped me. Ken helped me. They've all been wonderful. That's why this community I love. It's fantastic. And all Yankee fans, by all means, there's going to be a lot of surprises here. One of them, obviously, is I'm going to bring on the fans, but there's going to be a lot more that I think you're going to be really happy with. Before you came on, I don't know if you heard, but I gave a little trivia question out there. Who's in the Baseball Hall of Fame? Now, they're not announcers for baseball. They've never played baseball. Who are the only two guys that are in there for what they did? Acknowledgement. You may know this, Sean. Jonathan, maybe a tad too young.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm older than Sean. on.
I think one of them is Ben Scully.
Who?
I believe one might be Ben Scully.
Nope. And never announced baseball.
And
Never did. I'll give a hint to somebody because we might have younger viewers. No, not Marvin Miller. Good try though. They did a tremendous skit on TV, on radio, on their show.
It's
And
not
it's
Mel Allen.
nope, not Mel Allen.
He
Oh
was
man,
an announcer.
I should have put this trivia question when we were about to give out some tickets over here because this is for me it's easy, but I guess not.
you're not talking about.
Yeah,
I think he lost. He broke up.
yeah. I think we lost him again. He's playing. I think he's just playing games with. No, just kidding.
Maybe no. Who are
Well,
the only people
Sean,
in the Hall of Fame that
if you know the answer or anything, type it in, and I'll put it up, and I'll let you know if that's good.
who's in the Hall of Fame that never announced a game and never played the game?
Correct.
That's
And
never owned a team.
Believe it or not, it's not me. I promise. I wish it were, because I did it as good as they did, all by myself.
It's not Jacob Bruber. He owned the Yankees.
Who?
Wouldn't it be
Jacob-
Abner Doubleday and
Nope.
Abner Doubleday's got to be one of them.
You're getting close. With the first name, you were very close. You were very, very close. Come on, Ken. You should know this. If you're still with us, Ken.
Abner's first name. I have to look it up.
All right, I'll give you the answer so you'll know this for later on. But you got to promise me I give you the answer. If I give you the answer, please go and watch the skit on YouTube. You will be laughing like crazy. It's one of the greatest baseball skits you've ever seen in your life.
Not Johnny
Abbott and
Carson.
Costello. Abbott and Costello's baseball skit. They are in the Hall of Fame. Never played a game.
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, one of the best comedy teams you ever want to see in your life. Definitely go on YouTube, guys. Go watch it. And I detest that you won't. If you've ever heard of Who's on First, What's on Second, I don't know who's on third.
I've heard of the.
Okay, well, go watch it because worst comes to worst, you guys don't get the next script.
Yeah.
I've
Sean? Heard that skit before.
I've heard that skit.
Well, Ken just there it is. Ken just got it. Yep, he just got it. Abbott and Costello, that a boy.
Yeah.
That a boy. Yes, that was one of
usually in comedy, when I think of old comedy, I think of Johnny Carson.
Oh yeah, Johnny Carson. Did you ever see the one when he had what was it, Ted Turner's wife?
Maybe Johnny Carson.
Yeah, you got to see that.
I was very young the last year of Johnny Carson. I believe in '92. It was his last year.
Yes, yeah, and then of course Jay Leno and all of that. But
I was very young in '92.
Yeah, no, he had the funny skits with the he was the brain. Remember, he had and then with the animals, he put the animals on his head. I mean, he did some funny stuff.
In
But
'92,
anyway,
the late night show was past my bedtime.
No, I was just getting started. I was a night owl my whole life. We got the lineup, guys, for the Yankees. Let's see what you guys think about it. We have playing first base, leading off Paul Goldschlag. Of course, I call him Paul G. Ben Rice is batting second and DHing. Aaron Judge is playing right field and batting third. Center field is Clay Bellinger batting fourth. Anthony Volpe, Mr. Chicken Man, playing shortstop. JC behind the plate tonight. That's great. I have a feeling he may do something nice tonight. Jason Dominguez will be in left field, and Oswaldo Cabrera gets the start and batting ninth. And of course, pitching tonight is Will Warren. Now, before you guys take the floor, I just want to mention, as far as Will Warren, he may be pretty effective tonight because his ball moves so much, and they're not a very patient team. So from years past and what I've seen in spring training, they're going to go after a lot of those balls. Now watch they don't do that, but I have a feeling they will. One of you take it away. Whoever wants to start, Jonathan.
I wouldn't be surprised if Will Warren is a better pitcher in warmer weather.
Okay, fair enough.
So I expect Will Warren to have a good game today. And the defense will need to be solid because I think there will be a lot of ground balls. Will Warren have a good game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that. No question about it. Now they have. Here we go. Aaron Judge is batting third. Is everybody in agreement that you rather have Aaron Judge third, or would you rather have him second, or does it really matter?
I don't think it matters really much. I think this is a more balanced lineup, and it's, Aaron Judge is. I like the fact that he bats third because of the old style thinking that when you're a little bit, the third 3-4 usually has the more power guys hit 3 or 4 to drive in the runs. That's why number 4 is called cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind that Judge is batting third over second.
Sean, how about you?
I prefer him in batting third, and I know Judge prefers third, but I mean he's like otherworldly. No matter if he bats second, third. I mean, we've even seen him lead off in 2022 because we didn't really have a leadoff hitter then, and we were trying to get him more bats during that historic pursuit to pass Roger Maris.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
So Joe, there's one question I had all day in my mind. I wanted to ask for you and everyone listening.
Here we go. Dum 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 dum. Go get it.
Who in this series do you think has home field advantage?
Yankees.
Thank you.
Wow, I got a laugh out of Sean. That's for sure. Yankees. No question in my mind.
I mean,
Tampa has what, 10,000 people together?
It's just like this. Who has the advantage?
I only asked that
has.
because the Rays are playing in the Yankees spring training game, and the Yankees have been playing there all the months of spring training.
Yeah, but even when the Yankees are in the Trop, how many Yankee fans are there? You look above the first base, they're all Yankee fans. You look at third base, they're all Yankee fans. They're all over the place. I mean, in a way, you kind of feel sorry that does Tampa have more than? I mean, they have their share of fans. I'm not saying no, but
the Yankees took over Tampa in 1996 when they moved there from Fort Lauderdale.
Right. One thing probably that happened is when the Yankee fans there knew that the Yankees were going to play Tampa as a road team, I guarantee you they scooped up the tickets pretty fast.
I'm sure they did, and I think the field only holds about 11,000 tickets, so tickets were much limited.
Yeah,
I like the.
You're looking at 11.
I want to bring in the comment from Jonathan People's dad. We are all cockroaches. Oh my God! I don't know to take that nice or if I should block you, my man. What's going? At least smash the like button. Give it a like. You better now be telling all your friends and family and foes and enemies to tune in to New York Yankee Mania, because this is where it's at. Guys, I like to have fun, but we do have a lot of knowledge here. We really do. And the shows like this I really enjoy for the fans. Because, listen, without you guys, There is no New York Yankee Mania. There's no NFE. There's no anything. So you guys make the show, and to say thank you to you guys, we love bringing you on because it's a lot of fun. You have knowledge, and you get a lot of things. You get a lot of things out there. Now just look. The first 2 minutes that Jonathan came on, he broke breaking news. I mean, give me a break. I mean, I thought I was good with like 5 minutes, but no, you forget about it. 2 minutes, you're the king.
Well, I'm the one who sends all of my information to Jason so he can announce it.
There you go.
Because I don't have my own I don't have my own show, and honestly, even though I've been suggested to create my own, I really prefer being an addition rather than the host.
Well, I know, like I said, when I started watching their channels, I've always seen you, Sean. I've seen you a lot, and you always bring something good to the table, and that's why I'm saying you deserve your chance to come out. You're again very knowledgeable, and
wonderful issues.
Well, the reason that I got started in all of the YouTube was during 2020 when everything was shut down. I used to go to my dad's house to watch a game on television, and when I left, I would always go to YouTube, and I found Jason always talking about the Yankees. So after a couple times watching him, I subscribed, and this is where I am. That's how I found out, just by going on my phone and going to YouTube.
No, the same with me. Sean, how did you find everyone? Same thing?
It was around the same, same thing, around the same time on YouTube. Around COVID. Got a tablet from the VA, and I was scrolling down an iPad from the VA to do telemedicine stuff. But virtual appointments, whatnot. But and then I was scrolling YouTube, and boom, just different content creators I found, and I stumbled, I clicked on them, and then one community like Jason led me to Hector's community, to Ken, all these different ones, Pinstripe Chronicles, all those guys.
And what's really good is everybody has their own niche. I mean, everybody, the one thing that everybody's got in common is that we're a family here, and we all acknowledge each other. There's no cutthroat, a lot of times, let me do. No, I don't believe in that. I wasn't brought up like that. And there's enough sharing for everyone. And you people that I've been dealing with have been nothing other than spectacular. And I give a real shout out to all you guys, to everyone, every one of you, whether you're a creator or you're a fan. You know what it's like to do these things, and the more experience you get, no matter where you're going, you may turn around and say, hey, you know what, I want to try this, and we'd all be behind you guys, no question about it. Hey, look, I'm new to this YouTube thing, but I do have a background in sports radio. So, I did it at a very young age. I did cover the Yankees. I had a Yankee Mania show actually in New York City on FM on a station at that time called WHBI. And then I made a little appearance at WMCA, which was the Yankees home radio up until like 1979 or 80, I believe. And then they went to WABC. So it was an experience of a lifetime, to be honest with you. My claim to fame, I don't know if you were listening to the other shows at the time, but my number one best interview was George Steinbrenner. That was the greatest interview I think I've ever been on.
I remember.
I was shaking in my boots. I was around 20, I would say 24 years old, something like that. I thought I'd be very, very crazy with Reggie Jackson, but he was very nice. Willie Randolph was the biggest,
I
nicest.
have met Reggie Jackson. I have met Reggie Jackson, and I can tell you, it was not a pleasant experience.
Well, if he doesn't want to talk, he's not going to talk. And you know another guy which will surprise everybody, and I don't talk about people that passed on. Yogi Berra had his moments too.
Yeah,
Yogi Berra, either he liked you, or not now, son, not now, or something like that. But
The other Yankee that was very nice was Bobby Mercer.
well, you know my feeling on Mercer. We don't have to go through that again. I want him in Monument Park, which I have talked to his wife. I don't know if you guys heard me talk about that. I am really hoping one day to have her on the show. And really, I would just, and she knows this, I would do just about anything. I would go to Hal and whoever I got to go to. But that man for that era was Mr. Yankee, and everybody loved that man. The
And
problem
Joe,
was,
there is one person that if things would have been different, who I think would have been a perfect Yankee manager, would have been Thurman Munson. I think Thurman Munson would have been a perfect Yankee manager.
you can't tell Reggie Jackson that, but okay.
Well, Reggie has his own opinions, and I'm sure he's said that publicly. But I think if in the 90s, I wouldn't have been surprised, assuming this was, of course, an alternate universe, if Thurman Munson would have been tried to as a manager instead of Joe Torre. And I've met Joe Torre. I think Joe Torre is a great guy. But I think George Steinbrenner would have not passed the opportunity to hire Thurman Munson if he was given the opportunity.
Now, I agree with you to a certain point, and I think, Sean, you go ahead. Did you? Because my point. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, look at how George treated Elston Howard. He went from player in his 60s to being a coach, bench coach, and then he was coaching all the way up until he died in 1980.
Yeah.
Elston Howard would have also been a great manager.
Yes, good point.
I think I would have hired him as a manager in 79 or 78 after they fired Martin for the fourth time.
The 100th time.
And I also heard that Billy Martin in 1988 was hired hired back to manage the 89 team before the car accident.
Yes, that was true. Well, what about when I was at the Yankees Old Timers Day in 1978 when they announced in July or August in 1980 Billy Martin's coming back as manager. Yeah. So you're bypassing 78 and 79. I mean, this is after he just got fired, literally like 1 month. So it had to be in August. And they put up on the screen, I mean, you could probably YouTube it. And it's amazing. I mean, but my opinion, I'll be honest with you, I would put Bobby Mercer in there in Monument Park before Billy Martin. I know Billy Martin won a championship, but
do you think Bobby Mercer also was number one?
But, yeah, I mean,
do you think Bobby Mercer?
Billy's got a retired number.
Yes, Bobby Mercer should not have that number in Monument Park. I'm sorry, it should be Bobby Mercer.
Well, it is, but it's not for him.
What was that?
That's what Joe just said.
Yeah, I maybe Mercer will get the knock because in the 1980 World Series, I was yelling for them to keep playing Mercer in 1980. How many times he came up in the clutch? hit a grand slam, won a game, did this, did that. Play the guy. Just play the guy. You had numbers out there.
Unfortunately, I wasn't around at the time.
We had a center field, yeah, but we had a center fielder called Rupert Jones, and he was cold as ice. Play the man, will you? So he came up in the World Series. I mean, they're paying a guy with Bobby Brown. We won't even get into that guy. Just look at his history. You never want to see him again. But
Well, I mean,
but
and
Mercer,
Mercer,
I'm sorry.
You're muted.
It muted by itself.
well, I was just saying, I believe he'll always be remembered that
Yeah, 3 hours in like 1 inning or
Hold
something like that. But the bottom line, you have it?
Your reception might not be so good.
Yeah, sorry about that, Sean. I mean, but if you can hear us,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was your point on Bobby Brown?
Well, I was just saying Bobby Mercer will always be remembered. Not just for his announcing, but as far as his player career, was when that first game after he did the eulogy for Thurman Munson, the Bobby Mercer game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have that on tape.
And,
I have
but
that.
then,
I
believe he'll probably get a
Yankee
flag because I believe didn't.
No question. That game was very emotional. The Yankees gave the team a chance to forfeit. They said no, we got to play. Mercer, Martin didn't want to put him in, but he said, "Listen, I have to play," and he had a 3-run homer, and then he drove in the 2 runs, and they won that game. It was very emotional. Just those little things. But the only thing they remember him for, when I mentioned it to some older Yankee fans, in the World Series he came up with first and second in Game 4 with nobody out, and he tried to bunt, and he bunted into a double play and a pop-up. I said, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're going to remember Bobby Mercer, who was Mr. Everything in the mid-'70s. What killed Bobby Mercer was Shea Stadium, because the year before he hit 34 home runs with the okay lineup, and then all right, they had Greg Nettles in '74. Chris Chambliss came a little bit later, but he kept hitting long fly balls to right field, and they were being caught. He had 11 home runs in Shea Stadium. The only thing
the short porch.
Yeah. The only thing on the flip side to that was Bobby when they got Bobby Bonds, and he went 30 for 32, 30 homers, 30 steals. They traded him to the Angels, and the Yankees got Mickey Rivers and a Boston killer, Ed Figueroa, and that's what shook. That's what actually brought us into the World Series. The Yankees were smart in those days. Al Rosen, the GM, they would get players that did well against the Red Sox, and the Yankees went against that. They just went like George just went nuts with players. If you had a big name, then I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him. No. You got to get players that do damage against the Orioles at that time, the Red Sox at that time. That's what they needed to do, and with that formula, they were winning. They went off that.
George also destroyed the team in the '80s by every year signing a player and forfeiting a first-round draft pick.
Right.
I think in those 10 years from 80 to 89, they only had first-round draft picks in, I don't know, it was 6 of those 10 years.
Right. Oh yeah, and they traded great players. Jay Buhner.
Yeah.
And what do they have to show for it? Ken Phelps, who was an old man. They used to call him Digger Phelps. To dig under.
They traded Willie McGee.
Willie McGee for Bob Sykes. I mean, and the Yankees in those days, the Yankees never stopped trading. They were in the World Series. This was game one, and they made a trade, Willie McGee for Bob Sykes. I was like, at that time, things were different. You could make a trade during the World Series. I don't know. You guys don't even know it, or you may know it. But years ago, when they started the free agency, they had a pool, and every team you went by what they did the year before, and only like 12 teams could pick a certain player. So let's say when it came to the Yankees, if they wanted to, let's say, bid on Reggie Jackson, they had a hope that they still had an opening, because if they didn't, it was gone. Now you could go for everybody, but then there was a list that you made a list, and you had to be lucky that player that you're looking for to talk to sign was available. So that was scary, but a lot of teams figured Reggie Jackson was going to cost them a bundle. He signed for 5 years, $3.75 million. Is that sick? Could you imagine? I mean, Dave Winfield, what did he get? Like $20 million for 10 years?
Yeah.
Now you just have to give him.
Catfish Hunter got quite a bit.
Yep, in 1974 on New Year's Eve.
He was the first big free agent that's been signed.
I love we're talking the nostalgia and all that. But just to get a little bit into the game as we are approaching, I'm sure people want to have some dinner and get ready for the game. But to touching the game, guys, what are your feelings for tonight? What are you looking for, and who would you like to see break out, and who would you like to see be the star of the game? Sean, you start us off. And is he frozen? I think so. Are you?
Are you okay? I think we're gonna win tonight. The score. Yeah, can you hear me?
Now I could. Yes.
Yeah. I think the Yankees gonna win tonight. I'm predicting probably a score of like 7-3. And I think that Skara, I think he'll hit his first MLB regular season, career home run.
Okay.
And I think the other one is obviously big number 99, Captain America, Judge, the GOAT. So, and then I think
we're having a lot of problems with Sean. But Sean, if anything, you could type everything in.
Warren's gonna shove against the Rays. They're a couple.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. But hopefully the next time you come on, Sean, it'll all be done. It'll all be much better. But type in whatever you like, Sean, and I'll put it up. We'll definitely put it up on the screen. Jonathan, what's your prediction?
What I'm looking for Will Warren to have a good game. I would like to see him go. If I had an ideal game for Warren, I would like him to pitch 6 innings. I'm looking for the Yankees. The one big disappointment I have for the Yankees is they don't utilize Volpe's speed when he gets on base. They need to make the pitcher anxious when Volpe's at first and with Jazz Chisholm on first. I do not see them stealing bases. I would love if Boone tries for Volpe and Chisholm to try to steal a few bases, not just dance around one way or the other, because pitchers already expect them to play with them but not go. So if the Yankees have to use their speed when they have it.
Okay, fair enough. I believe actually with Sean and everyone, I think Aaron Judge is going to go deep. I do believe that Will Warren's going to go at least 5 1/3, 5 2/3. We're going to definitely see the two monsters, the two-headed monsters, at the end of the game. Again, we'll know with Will Warren within the first inning or two if he's on or not. But if they're going to swing the way they usually do, I think they're going to be a lot of ground balls, and the defense has to be ready. That's that. That's the bottom line with that. So Sean saying 5 2/3 innings. Is that what you're? Yeah, I believe that's what you
That's
said.
that's what it's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I believe, like I said, I
5
believe it's going to be 5 2/3 innings, and I think he's going to get the win. And hopefully, let's hope for the best, and we played better against this team because they always give the Yankees a very hard time.
Well, this year is different because the Rays are now playing in an outdoor stadium. We don't have to worry about the what is it? The cat. What was it called? The catwalk.
Yeah, the catwalk.
So there's no more. There's no more catwalk.
Oh, it hit this, it hit that.
There's no more catwalk, and there is wind that can change the ball in direction. So there is, with the wind out, with being an outdoor stadium, there is more uncertainty instead of being in a dome. So it could be to our advantage because this is the Yankees, as I mentioned earlier to begin with. This is the Yankees spring training stadium. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees have a slight advantage.
Okay. Sean, you want to answer that? Oh, no, it's just one of those yucky feeds tonight. But Sean, hopefully maybe you'll join us for the post game, and things
Hello?
will be a little better. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a very, very bad feed. So you know what, Sean? Type anything you're gonna say, and we'll.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
On my end. Yeah, just type anything you want to say, and maybe we'll try it later on in the post game. Let's see how it goes. It just might be one of those feeds on all ends. So, but like I said, so we're all in agreement the Yankees going to win tonight, correct?
Yes.
And okay, well that's good, and let's see what happens, and let's hope we have a really good game. Get ready for it. And as soon as the game's over, guys, I will send the link. Anybody that wants to jump in, you're more than welcome. I really appreciate it. That's one of the things I'm going to do. If you guys join me in the pregame, I'll give the opportunity to come in the postgame if you like. I feel, Sean didn't really get a good glimpse, to talk about it. But, we'll do this again, hopefully later. And just the final thoughts. Jonathan, give a final thought like this. I don't want anybody missing a game. I want them to have their dinners, be with their family, play with their kids, and then the game is on. So I want to make it easy for them. Go ahead.
Well, as we talked about, we got positive news on DJ LeMahieu, and we got I think Will Warren is gonna tough it out. He's gonna have a good game. He's gonna build upon his last start. I believe last time he went 5 2/3 or 5 1/3. I wouldn't be surprised if he does something similar or goes a little bit deeper. And I expect a win.
Okay, and you're going what, 5-2?
If I were to guess, and this is an outdoor stadium, 6-3.
6-3. Okay, we got 6-3. And are you calling a home run?
I think Yankees will hit a home run. I'm not sure who.
Okay.
And maybe it will be Judge, but like I said, this is the outdoor stadium, and the Yankees spring training home. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees have the benefit of both comfort and you know,
Oh, yeah.
it's just like playing in the Bronx. The
Awesome.
majority
Okay.
of fans in Tampa are for the Yankees.
Well, Sean is saying 6-3 Yankees. I believe it's going to be. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 7-2 Yanks.
7-2.
Maybe 8. It depends. Like I said, I think Judge is going to get at least a homer tonight. I see that Bellinger is going to crack one tonight. Tonight, a ball's going to go pretty far from Bellinger. And like I said, 5 2/3 from Will Warren,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. We'll try right before we leave. Now we'll try one more time with Sean. Sean, do you hear us? Can you talk?
Yeah, I see.
It,
I see him moving on.
you know,
Yeah, final thoughts, Sean?
yeah. I just think that we'll just give it a try later on if you guys are available. I will send you the link, guys, and if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. Final thoughts, Jonathan. Go ahead.
Well, as I said, I think this will be a nice, clean game, very similar to yesterday. Uh, with Judge battling it out. Judge gets a couple of hard hits, maybe one is a home run, and I expect a win.
Okay,
I expect them to go to the bullpen, and the bullpen, especially, I'm hoping to see.
the two-headed monsters.
Yeah, the two-headed monsters, and the other guy, I forget his name, who pitched yesterday, Francis Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I
Cruz.
think Cruz will be in there tonight. You're going to probably see Tim Hill tonight.
Yeah, Tim Hill, yes, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cruz has some more saves. Weaver will have the majority of saves. Not Weaver.
Williams. Williams.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, you're talking about Williams, but
Williams.
no, listen. Bottom line is, I think we're in agreement that hopefully they will definitely hopefully win tonight. They'll definitely go to that killer bullpen, which is great, and it's only going to get better. And I'm really hoping that we have a good, crisp game, and make a statement at Tampa Bay that it's about time that we're the kings of the kings with them, and we're going to try one more time before we go off that Sean could say hello.
I think my mind is still on last year when Weaver closed.
Yes, Sean, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you guys. So
Great.
can you hear me?
Yes. Now it's good. As we're ending but yeah, give a say about the game, and we'll wrap this up for everyone.
All right, Judge will continue his historic start of the season. Probably 2 homers. Escara, first home run, career homer. And then I think, like I was saying, Warren, give us about 5 2/3, about 4 hits, 2 runs, a couple walks. But I think he'll get about 6 Ks. But yeah, a lot of the majority of the outs will probably most likely be either pop outs or ground balls, because the Rays are historically a high contact team.
Yeah, they're a free swinging team. So, I'm gonna go a little higher. I believe Yankees have a chance to score 8 runs. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do believe that Aaron Judge and Bellinger, I'm going on record as those two are going to give a long dingers tonight. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys, after the game, come aboard. I will send you the links.
Okay.
Hopefully, they'll be nice and smooth, and we can discuss the game, and then preview tomorrow's game and all. So I want to thank you guys. Welcome to New York Yankee Mania.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can be here for a very long time. I really appreciate it. And give the likes to everything, and of course subscribe. Have people that you know give us a try, and I really appreciate it. They'll always be part of New York Yankee Mania. So thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you. And we're gonna leave with "Let's Go Yankees."
Let's go Yankees.
Okie dokie, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a
Let's
great
go
night.
Yankees.
Enjoy your dinner and enjoy the game. Good night.